Hi, this is Angie Watson, Career Services Coordinator at Henderson Community College. And I'm going to share with you today a little bit of information about the Career Services uh, websites and about Focus Career Assessment and Handshake. So the first thing we're going to do is get to the Career Services page. And that you can go to our website, henderson.kctcs.edu, and then just click on the search bar and type in Career Services. And it should be on the first entry here. Okay, one of the first tiles listed here is Career Exploration. And that is divided among different areas just to help you to gain more information about yourself, about the world of work. So you can make a really good decision on what area that you would like to focus in on as far as a occupation or occupations throughout your life. Because goodness knows we always consider other areas that we might be interested in. And a self-assessment is done really throughout your life, stopping and taking the time to think about what's important to you. So to do that is career assessments. We're going to be working on the focus career assessment, kind of focusing in on that. But there are several here that are free to you to use. Some are Department of Labor sites that are really good at providing information to you about your personality, your interests, your skills, your strengths, making you a good fit. Instead of not really doing much research and possibly selecting an area that's not the best fit for you. So if we're not happy in a job, in a career, we likely will not stay there. So it really saves you time and money, stress, getting in something that's just not a good fit. So career assessments are really important. Here's a section on exploring different majors and careers. Again, there's great websites. What can I do with this major? Because you do need to think outside the box a bit on the area that you're going into. How broad is it? How many different areas can you consider when you're in a field? So just like a variety of links there that good information. Career decision making. This is basically a list of just step by step. And they don't have to be done in a certain order at all. But again, just provides you with good information. If you're undecided or you just getting more information is so valuable to you. So this has links about networking and reaching out and getting that resume started or refreshed a bit as well, and do resume reviews. So definitely let me know if you need any assistance or questions about that. So again, just different ways to just stop and think, really, what am I doing today that's going to get me where I want to be tomorrow? So gaining that information is really important. And then the last section on this page is ways to gain experience, because that to me is how you really find out what you'd like to do, what your skills are, what you even enjoy doing in that type of work environment is really important as well. So there's, internships or volunteering, your part-time jobs that we'll talk about Handshake in a minute, about how to find out about those, job opportunities and internship. We have work study program here on campus, job shadowing, just lots of information, get involved with our local community. All of those ways are really important for you to gain experience. So that's the career exploration piece of it. The next piece I'd like to go to is job search preparation resources. And these are steps that are really just foundational, honestly. It starts with taking career assessments because you have to know about yourself in order to really be able to communicate your skills and strengths to an employer. So knowing yourself is really important. Getting that resume that's your marketing tool, getting that ready and fine-tuned to the specific position that you're applying to. So really looking at that job description and linking your skills and strengths to that, and then communicating that to an employer through way of your resume. Because you can't get the job interview without really a good resume. Networking techniques, LinkedIn is a great tool. More information about LinkedIn there. And of course, the interview. Just some tools and strategies to prepare for the interview. The next section is, well, there's information about veterans resources. And then we also have Handshake. Handshake is a new tool for us. It's offered throughout KCTCS, so all the community colleges in the state of Kentucky use Handshake now. And so it's a great way to engage more with the employer because it is a career management platform that is free to students, to our alumni, and to our local employers to post these jobs. Now, there's nationwide opportunities. A lot of four-year schools utilize Handshake. And so there are job opportunities throughout the nation. There's a lot of them. So we really encourage you to filter for local community here, or Henderson, Evansville, Owensboro, and beyond, if you really want to target jobs, but know that there are nationwide for sure. There's a couple of videos here that are quick and easy to give you a good foundation and be able to use it really to its potential. We really want our students to use it, even if you're not looking for a job. It's a great way to explore employers that you may not have considered and to be able to follow them on Handshake and just be able to keep up and just learn about opportunities that you might not have ever known without being in Handshake. Your information is some basic information of all students is in Handshake already, so there's not a lot of setup to do. Activating your account takes a couple minutes, and then completing your profile is simply just answering some questions that really help that employer to know if you would be a good fit, because employers can use a message feature where they can message you directly through Handshake and be able to answer questions. You can also message an employer if that feature is set up for that particular job posting, and you could message them and find out more and ask some questions that you may have that could potentially lead to an early career launch for you to go ahead and be able to work in the field that you're interested in and, gain those skills that are important too. Lots of good information about, how to upload your resume. I typically try and review all the resumes that go through Handshake, but feel free to email me directly and we can look at that before you upload it. More tips about how to build your profile, because you really want to keep your profile updated each semester if possible. That way the employer has the most recent information, again, about your skills, your experience, maybe specific coursework that's important to them, volunteer activities that you've been involved in. That really helps an employer be able to see your level of communication and skills that they are seeking. Okay, and tips on how to apply and how to save jobs, search for them. So again, great information about Handshake. And if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you with that. I would like to go back to the career exploration page that we were looking at, and under career assessments, if you're going to be taking the FYE course, you'll be doing focused career assessment, but you can take this at any time. You do not have to be an FYE course. We encourage students to take it at least once, but a lot of students take it early on their first semester, and then again before they graduate, as maybe they've been very focused on school and family responsibilities and have not thought much more about the degree area that they're interested in. So it's good to retake the focused career assessment so that, again, you can confirm, because a lot of things can change. If you've had jobs, you've gained different skills, you've made decisions about what kind of work environment that you want to be in, what's important to you, those values, that can definitely change over time. So it is good to do an ongoing assessment. And so we just encourage you to go back to focus. And the focus career assessment is listed first here. So you're going to see a screen like this. If you've not already been in focus, then you're going to come down and you're going to create an account. So here at the bottom, just click on create an account and you will see this screen and will ask for your access code. And the access code is the Hill, 2 separate words, and what the college has fondly been called for years, the Hill. And then you're just going to continue to put your information in. Make sure that you just, create your own username and password, keep track of it so that you can get back into it. And then down here at the bottom, you're going to see status. And if you're in the FYE class, you're going to click the FYE Fall 2024 or whatever your semester it may be. And then you may be in a different program that asks you to take the focus, or if not, just simply select the semester and year that it is. Okay, and then you're ready to agree to the terms and then submit, and that will move you on into the focus career assessment. Okay, so it should look like this with your name populated. This is the main menu for focus. And the very first assessment is called Am I Career Ready? So you're going to take that assessment that is a little bit longer than the rest of them. The rest of the assessments are listed here, and there's 4 of them. And they take about 7 minutes a piece or so to take. But the Am I Career Ready is really some good information. But you're going to be, really the goal of it is to measure yourself in these different 8 career competencies that employers seek when they're making a new hire. So those are the 8 areas. And I'm going to go back to the dashboard here. And each of those 8, after you take those assessments, it will give you a summary of where you rated yourself. And be brutally honest on this. We all have areas that we need to strengthen, for sure, on all of these. I like the assessment because it will give you information about kind of how you rank compared to others who are graduating. And then it gives you, let's break this down a little bit more. Like one of the first areas is critical thinking. And so that when you're taking the assessment, you get to actually rate yourself, and then it gives you different action steps you could take to strengthen that. So again, this can be really helpful. You can go in and type in your own ideas that you have, or again, you can utilize these. And in your summary report, it will actually list the steps that you chose, just to kind of help remind you that these are some things you could be doing now on the job if you're working, or incorporate these into your personal life, really, and that will help it transfer right over to the workplace. And it gives you some good examples as well. An area that I'd like to strengthen is communication. So again, I saw several areas that I could work on, and also listed some that I thought of. But again, incorporating these into daily life can be really helpful in addition to your work life. So it goes through each of those 8, ranks them, you rank them, and then it gives you some great information. So that is the Am I Career Ready? And then these 4 assessments are work interests, values, personality, and skills. And you will take those assessments. You can look over the results. You can look at the combination of what shows up in each of those that might be a really strong fit. So it's going to generate occupations that may be good fits, just depending on how you answer the question. Okay, so just take your time on it. Please don't think of it as an assignment that you just need to get done and turned in. This can be really helpful, and again, save you time and money and dissatisfaction possibly with a career choice, because you just need to stop and think about what is important to you. And then at the bottom, or near the bottom, is explore the possibilities. You can look at, what can I do if I majored in a certain area? So that is very helpful. Exploring occupations by job family. There's all the different broad areas, and then you can bring it down. Let's just look at one here. It lists several examples that might fall within a certain job family, and it may be some that you'd never considered before, and that you want to do a little bit extra um, research in that area. Talk to people who work in that area. And if you don't know someone who works in an area that you might be interested in, let me know. I can try and help you and identify someone and help reach out and get something set up or scheduled to be able to meet with that person in the workplace and just kind of job shadow and ask them some questions. And if there's areas that I don't know, you kind of look at and you think you might be interested in, then you can click on it and kind of save that so that it will also be in your summary report. Because sometimes when we see so many opportunities, so many occupations that you forget some that stood out to you. So that's one of the helpful pieces of this. Okay, is the explore opportunities, explore any occupation that you might, maybe it didn't show up. That doesn't mean, if it didn't show up in your results, that you're not a good fit for that, or that's not meant for you. It doesn't mean that at all. So, just go ahead and explore an occupation and type it in. It might not be found by the exact wording, so you might have to try a little similar wording to get that occupation pulled up. And then comparing two occupations side by side, this is where you go in. And if you're kind of unsure about, what you might be interested in, and just pick two here, then it will show you side by side. If you really think you've got it narrowed down, but you kind of need to go back and look, and like the assessment that you took, on your work interest, it will show you where you rated in comparison to where those who are actually in that occupation, where they rate. So that just kind of gives you some ideas there. Again, it doesn't mean that you're not a good fit if your bar charts don't match exactly. Just think something to take into consideration as you continue to read other areas, like comparing earnings and comparing the outlook, and also getting some good information on professional associations with both of those occupations, because those are also good ways to explore, because you will definitely find out more than you did know about those after doing some research on them. And Focus is a good way to do that. It's got everything all in one place. At the very bottom, you're going to see your report. You can look at occupations you've saved, majors you saved, but all of that information, all your results, is going to be in my summary report. So this is printable, but you might not need to print it. You might, because it does have the listing of action steps you could take for from the Am I Career Ready to get those 8 career competencies and thinking about those. So you can click on Select All and continue. And then this will generate. So you can print it, but I'd say you definitely do want to save the PDF for that, because that's possibly the way your FOIA instructor or whichever class you may be doing this for, or just your own personal use, of course. Save that as a PDF and you will have that saved. So it's going to have your Am I Career Ready results, and then it goes through the 4 assessments. So it's going to show you your areas that were strongest there for your personality assessment, and your values, what areas are most important to you, which is really interesting. Some of you may struggle because it's hard to narrow it down to just 3, but when you get to the section with the plus signs, this will start giving you some of your top matches of different occupations. And so again, it continues to break it down and look at these assessments, and then you might start seeing some results or some matches, a pattern of occupations that might somewhat be related to narrow it down. So there's all your assessments, and then again, as you save, then it keeps track of that, because you really do forget. So it's a great way to have all that compiled in one place. So that is the Focus Career Assessment. If you have questions on the assessment, on Handshake, the career services pages, interviewing resumes, please feel free to let me know. My email address is angie.watson@kctcs.edu. Or my office is located in the Start Center. That's in the second floor of the Solar Tech.